Hey everybody, welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Steve. Come on in. This is my wife. Effie.
Hello.
Is that for me? Is that
No,
yours? That's
water.
yours.
That's
Okay.
my water.
Yeah, I don't have water. Ugh. Comfy?
Yeah.
Excellent. Anyway, where was I? We have been out of the Ed Sullivan Theater for how long?
Time.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. I miss it. Being at home with a family is nice. This is lovely. The commute is incredible. But my mailbox doesn't have my name on it in lights 10 stories tall. Now, as frustrating as quarantine is, polls show that 71% of Americans and 56% of Republicans say they are more concerned about lifting the coronavirus restrictions too quickly than lifting them too slowly. So we know it's the right thing to do. We just want to know how long we're going to have to do it. Well, brace yourself, because in Germany, Munich's Oktoberfest beer fair has been canceled over coronavirus fears. You heard right. It's April, and they're canceling Oktoberfest. I'll give you one guess what month Oktoberfest starts. It's September. Whoever named that beer festival was clearly drunk. Peter, you've been to Oktoberfest, right?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do?
What do you think you do? You drink beer.
All right. That's straight from the horse's mouth right there. This is the first time Oktoberfest has been canceled since World War II. Wow, something bad must have happened in Germany during World War II. Keep in mind, Germany is one of the countries that managed to keep the pandemic under control, and they're canceling events in the fall. I'm guessing this Halloween, the hottest costume in America will be sexy, responsible person who stayed indoors. Speaking of things we're hoping will end soon, President Trump, last night, he tweeted this bombshell at 10 p.m. In light of the attack from the invisible enemy, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States. Well, I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's probably the safest thing for the immigrants. Because right now, America is basically a petri dish on the floor of a bus station men's room. But this ban's not going to do anything to stop the spread of the virus or put Americans back to work. It's just Trump using the virus as an excuse to do what he's always wanted to do anyway. It's like if your house catches fire and you say, honey, it's not safe in there. I'm going to go buy a set of golf clubs. Exactly how xenophobic is he being here? Well, even during the height of the 1918 flu pandemic, the United States allowed more than 110,000 immigrants to enter the country. So, Donald Trump is more xenophobic than Woodrow Wilson. And Wilson's campaign slogan was, let's punch an Italian. Now, I know we've gotten used to it. This shouldn't shock me, but the United States of America has a president who just ordered a sweeping change in our national immigration policy via tweet. That would be like Obama announcing the death of bin Laden on TikTok.
Tonight, I can report the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Also, the tweet had absolutely no detail on how this immigration ban would work, which caught some senior Department of Homeland Security officials off guard. Well, that's really not comforting. You don't ever want to catch Homeland Security off guard. That's like your doctor holding up your chest x-ray and going, ooh, I did not see that coming. Huh. 2 lungs. Huh. Clearly, Trump's tweet is less about information and more about promoting today's press briefing reality show style. Here's a teaser of my new executive order. Am I really going to ban all immigrants? Will I throw wine in Steve Mnuchin's face and call him a bitch? Got to tune in to find out. And to back it up, today Trump tweeted, I've had great ratings my whole life. There's nothing unusual about that for me. The White House news conference ratings are through the roof. Monday Night Football. What kind of bragging is that? Everyone's ratings are better than Monday Night Football right now.
Are you ready for some football?
No. No one is ready for some football, Bocephus. Now, last night, Trump held his daily scream at the press conference, and he started off with an obvious lie.
I cannot tell a lie.
Okay. Now, the president's been all over the map on how seriously to take the virus, which has led to some serious health consequences for his supporters.
I interviewed someone who said that his family got sick, and they said mainly because the president wasn't taking it seriously. He said, if the president had had a mask on, if he was saying we should stay home, then I would have stayed home.
Well,
do you feel like, or are you concerned that downplaying the virus maybe got some people sick?
And a lot of people love Trump, right? A lot of people love me. You see him all the time, right? I guess I'm here for a reason, you know? To the best of my knowledge, I won, and I think we're going to win again.
A lot of people love me, and sometimes I give them bad advice, but that's why they love me. I'm a bad boy, the kind you don't bring home to your mom, because I will definitely give your mom coronavirus. The president has been criticized for twiddling his thumbs during the early stages of the pandemic, but he doesn't remember it that way.
People should say I acted very early. I did take it very seriously.
You held rallies in February and in March, and there are some Americans.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about rallies. I really don't know about rallies.
You held a rally in March.
I don't know. Did I hold a rally?
What? He doesn't remember his rallies? Can he teach me how? Then Trump tried to give a shout out to FEMA and the work they've done to fight coronavirus, but his brain done got in the way.
Admiral Polachek and his team at FIFA are really, what a job they've done.
Yes, FIFA, the International Soccer Federation, has done a great job against the coronavirus. Imagine what they could accomplish if they were allowed to use their hands. Now, some people say we need to flatten the curve. I say we need to bend it like Beckham. One reporter asked Trump about large corporations cashing in on federal grants promised to small businesses.
Do you think it's right that major corporations, major institutions like the Ruth's Chris restaurant chain like Harvard University apparently got a lot of money under the CARES Act, money that was supposed to be earmarked for small business owners? Do you think that's fair?
Well, I know one thing, I didn't get any. That's for sure. I didn't get any.
Okay, that really sounds like he got some. He's like a witness talking to a detective. What did I see the night of the murder? Well, I know one thing. I never saw me murdering anybody. Nope, definitely not 23 people between now and 1987. Let's just say digging up my backyard would be a complete waste of your time. Thank you, officer. Now, there's still a nationwide coronavirus test kit shortage, but Trump doesn't really see it that way.
Not everybody agrees that we have to do that much testing. We're going maximum. You understand, there are some people who don't want to do that much testing, but we're going maximum. We're going to the outer limits.
Okay, sounds kind of vague, but those are actually technical terms. As you can see on the CDC's chart, it goes minimum, maximum, outer limits, big gulp, and buttload. Now, while Trump is closing the country's borders, the governors of Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina say that businesses can reopen soon. For comment, we go now to the scientists who told them that was a good idea. Thank you, gentlemen. Starting on Monday, in my home state of South Carolina, hi guys, they're opening department stores, sporting goods stores, and flea markets. Yes, flea markets. Because there's no more comforting place to shop during a pandemic than a place named for the insect that carried the Black Plague. That's why they're also opening up all locations of Bed Bath and Leprosy. Really feels like some of these officials aren't taking this seriously enough. Explains why South Carolina has changed their motto from, while I breathe, I hope, to, well, I hope I'm breathing. But the most sweeping reopenings will go into effect in Georgia, courtesy of Georgia governor and man watching his wife go through his Google search history, Brian Kemp. Governor Kemp announced that after just 3 weeks of safety measures, certain businesses will be allowed to reopen starting Friday, including fitness centers, hair salons, and bowling alleys. Really? Bowling alleys? I'm going to go on a limb here and say now is not the time for a sport where strangers stick their fingers inside the same 3 holes. And we know the outside of the balls really aren't sanitary either. One noted bowling expert was particularly skeptical of governors defying the CDC guidelines.
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a about the rules?
Governor Kemp also announced the reopening of the very essential business of tattoo parlors, which is great news for anyone in Georgia who hasn't quite finished their tramp stamp. We've got a show for you tonight. I'll be talking to Mr. Michael Moore, but when we come back, meanwhile, won't you join us?